I'm convinced that if we can show that politics can change Britain for the better, then we can face the future with confidence.
Just reassure you that it's actually really easy, because I don't normally do these things either, but I thought this thing is getting ahead of steam, and I think...
Have you ever felt betrayed by a politician you once trusted? That sinking feeling when you realize their promises were nothing but hot air? Well, you're not alone. Millions of Brits are experiencing that exact emotion right now with Keir Starmer. But before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. As Isabel Oakeshott lays bare Starmer's failures on live TV, it's hard not to feel a mix of anger and disappointment. From the migrant crisis to questionable relationships with peers, every revelation hits close to home. It's time to ask ourselves, can we ever trust our leaders again? Remember when Keir Starmer burst onto the political scene, promising a fresh start for Labour? His polished image and pledges of integrity had many Brits hopeful for change. But as the old saying goes, actions speak louder than words, and Starmer's actions are telling a very different story. Since taking office in July 2023, Starmer's government has overseen a staggering increase in illegal migration. Over 20,000 migrants have entered the UK unlawfully, a surge that's left many questioning Starmer's commitment to border control. Critics argue his policies have unintentionally rolled out the welcome mat for illegal crossings, turning the UK's borders into revolving doors.
Is obvious, but border security is equally obvious in my view, and that's why I've said we are committed to bringing down immigration.
There are many things about Trump I don't like, but he managed to grab that feeling, and that's what a lot of people are crying out for in this country, aren't they?
But it's not just the migration crisis that's tarnishing Starmer's once shiny image. Enter Isabel Oakeshott, the journalist known for her razor-sharp investigations. Oakeshott has been dropping hints about skeletons in Starmer's closet, leaving the public wondering what other secrets might be lurking beneath the surface. One relationship that's raising eyebrows is Starmer's connection to Lord Ali. This openly gay Muslim peer has reportedly been granted a security pass to Downing Street, sparking questions about access and influence. Are we seeing a case of who you know trumping what you know in the corridors of power? As if the migration crisis and questionable associations weren't enough, Starmer is now facing accusations of misplaced priorities.
That I should have stayed in my Kentish Town home and disrupted my son's GCSEs, that was the right thing to do, then I think you should put that to me.
Just reassure you that it's actually really easy, because I don't normally do these things either, but I thought this thing is getting ahead of steam, and I think...
Reports suggest that homes originally intended for homeless Brits are being allocated to illegal migrants instead. It's a move that's left many UK citizens feeling abandoned by their own government. These controversies are taking their toll on Starmer's approval ratings. The man who once promised to restore trust in politics is now facing a crisis of confidence himself. The public's growing skepticism is palpable, with many wondering if they've been sold a false bill of goods. As we dig deeper into Starmer's past, more questions are emerging. What other surprises might be waiting in the wings? Is there more to the story of Starmer's rise to power than meets the eye? The unraveling of his carefully crafted image is just the beginning. Brace yourself for what comes next, as we peel back the layers of Keir Starmer's political persona.
Pensioners, 10 million of them, who will be shivering in their homes this winter. Well, frankly, they already are. How cold has it been this weekend?
I understand the frustration. I'm more interested in saying the 44% of you that did not get your asses out to vote in the last general election are part of the reason we're in this mess. So
While Starmer grapples with mounting criticism, an unexpected figure emerges from the shadows. Isabel Oakeshott, the journalist who's made a career out of exposing political scandals, hints at a revelation that could rewrite Starmer's entire narrative. But in a world of spin and counterspin, can we trust what's about to be unveiled? Oakeshott's reputation precedes her. Known for her knack for uncovering political secrets, she's become a thorn in the side of many British politicians. Now, her sights are set on Keir Starmer, and the whispers about his undisclosed history are growing louder by the day. The most intriguing development? Reports of a super injunction obtained by Starmer. These legal tools are often used to suppress information so sensitive that even acknowledging the injunction's existence is forbidden. It's a move that set Westminster abuzz with speculation. What could be so explosive that Starmer would risk everything to keep it hidden?
I will defend our decisions in the budget all day long. I will defend facing up to the harsh light of fiscal reality.
Local MP. But it just doesn't feel like, I suppose with Boris there was some excitement around him, if we're casting back a few years now.
The implications of such a secret are far-reaching. If true, it could shatter Starmer's carefully cultivated image of transparency and integrity. The Labour leader, who promised a new era of openness in British politics, now finds himself at the center of a potential cover-up. Within the Labour Party, tensions are rising. Some members are privately expressing concern about the potential fallout. If Oakeshott's revelations prove true, it could trigger a leadership crisis at a time when the party can least afford it. But what exactly is Starmer trying to hide? Oakeshott has been tight-lipped about the details, but she's hinted that it's career-ending if revealed. Some political insiders are whispering about the possibility of an undisclosed child. Guido Fawkes, a prominent political blog, claims to have a name and birth certificate related to this potential bombshell. The impact of such a revelation on Starmer's leadership would be seismic. British political history is littered with careers derailed by personal scandals, from extramarital affairs to hidden children. If Starmer has indeed kept such a significant part of his life secret, it could irreparably damage public trust in his leadership.
Of that, I wake up every morning thinking I've got a mandate to change the country. I've got a mandate to improve living standards. I've got a mandate to improve the health service.
I mean, Nigel Farage is one of the most popular politicians in the country. That's why millions of people voted for him and his party at the last election.
As we await Oakeshott's next move, one thing is clear. The stakes for Starmer and the Labour Party have never been higher. The coming days could redefine British politics, leaving us to wonder, in an era of relentless scrutiny, can any politician truly keep their secrets safe? As the storm clouds gather around Keir Starmer, the future of Labour hangs in the balance. The mounting pressure from Isabel Oakeshott's revelations, coupled with public dissatisfaction over migration policies, has left Starmer's leadership teetering on the edge. If the allegations prove true, we're not just looking at the end of one man's political career. We're facing a crisis of trust in British politics as a whole. The implications stretch far beyond Labour's internal struggles. This saga raises serious questions about transparency, integrity, and the true nature of our political system. Are our leaders really who they claim to be? Or are we all just pawns in a grand game of political chess?
Bright, engaging, and yes, divisive figure than Keir Starmer. I mean, I know who I'd choose to have dinner with.
No income tax, no national insurance, no VAT.
Means that this budget raises taxes by £40 billion.
As we watch this drama unfold, one can't help but wonder, can Labour survive this potential implosion? And more importantly, can British democracy weather yet another blow to its already fragile foundations?